Demon Slayer fans rejoice! The successor to 2021's Hinokami Chronicles is nearly upon us, with early access to the much-anticipated second installment of the action fighter making its way to a multitude of platforms. Based on the widely popular anime of the same name, Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba, the Hinokami Chronicles 2 is all set to bring more of your favorite characters to the arena, while making a few noteworthy changes that are sure to elevate an already solid experience. With CyberConnect 2 and Sega returning to the helm, the sequel is primed to bring a frenetic, action-packed gameplay loop to the table for its players. So, to that end, here are a few things that you need to know about the upcoming title before you pick up your copy. Number 1. Infinity Castle Character Pass post-launch content. CyberConnect 2 is already planning to bring a ton of new post-launch content to its title, with a character pass based on the anime's Infinity Castle arc on the way. While details are scant regarding what this pass contains, expect to see content from the show's Infinity Castle arc being front and center. This could very well include upper-ranked demons and perhaps a few skills for the game's new additions to its roster of fighters. There could also be cosmetics and other goodies for you to grab once it drops later down the line. Number 2. The story continues. Hinokami Chronicles 2 picks up where the previous game left off, continuing Tanjiro's story as he goes to the entertainment district in search of a cure for his sister's condition, and his eventual power-up at the Swordsmith Village. The story is also set to bring the Hashira Training arc to your screens, allowing you to relive the trails that Tanjiro faced in order to truly become a part of the Demon Slayer's ranks. There are a lot of exciting moments and nail-biting sequences filled with tension and horrifying encounters with demons for you to navigate. If you haven't had the chance to catch up on the anime story, this could be a great way to do so. Number 3. The Hashira join the fray. Speaking of the Hashira Training arc, the best of the best Demon Slayers are also joining the playable roster of characters in the game's PvP mode, aside from their appearances in the main story. Each of these elite hunters brings their own breathing techniques and a lot of raw firepower to the field for you to harness against your opponents. The Hashiras could very well be your go-to main characters, bringing skill, style, and finesse to every fight that they are a part of. Number 4. Improved mechanics and faster duels. CyberConnect 2 is picking up the pace this time around, bringing new mechanics aimed at encouraging a more dynamic fighting experience. Early previews of the game suggest that its controls are a lot more responsive, while its new systems, which we'll get into in just a minute, add new layers of strategy to each battle. Smoother dodge cancels, strategic attacking, and a lot of good balancing all are around as basically features that could make Hinokami Chronicles 2 even better than its predecessor in terms of its actual gameplay loop. That's definitely a good thing, considering how much fighting you're doing is going to be happening as part of this brilliant story. Number 5. New breathing techniques. It wouldn't be a worthy sequel if there were no new breathing techniques for Tanjiro and the game to nail down. Considering its story and the addition of the Hashiras, the addition of new techniques for the Demon Slayers to master is kind of a no-brainer here. While details are sort of scant about how these techniques are going to factor into the gameplay loop, they are certain to work well with other additions to make Hinokami Chronicles 2 a challenge to learn but very rewarding to master. Number 6. The Deluxe Edition comes with a few goodies. Aside from the obvious benefit of advanced access, which lets you play the game 5 days before its official launch, the Deluxe Edition of Hinokami Chronicles 2 also nets you a few cool additions, such as character unlock keys, cosmetics, a set of avatars, and a ton of in-game points, plus a dynamic custom theme. Now that's quite the package and can set you up nicely for the official launch if you're willing to spend that extra cash to grab it. You will need to pre-order the Deluxe Edition before August 5th to be able to access all it has to offer, so head on over to your platform's digital storefront as soon as you can if you're interested. Number 7. Muzan Kubitsuji is coming to Versus Mode. If you were wondering about why we hadn't mentioned the Demon King after talking about Infinity Castle, you now have your answer. The man behind it all is making his way to Versus Mode in Hinokami Chronicles 2, and is sure to give even the Hashiras a tough time in the field. With an intellect as deadly as the whips he wields in battle, along with the speed that's almost too quick for a normal Demon Slayer to follow, it will be interesting to see how the character plays out in CyberConnect 2's effort to translate his terrifying presence into a more manageable, balanced take on the series' main antagonist. Number 8. Maximize the Mayhem. Perhaps one way to take down the Demon King is to sync up with your team and unleash 2 of your ultimate abilities together. That's a possibility in this new game, with CyberConnect 2 building on the previous game's most flashy moves, by allowing 2 characters with compatible moves to team up and unleash an extra powerful attack to take the fight to their opponents. Using these new attacks strategically is sure to let you snatch quite a few victories even from the jaws of defeat. Number 9. A new gear system. It's not just new breathing techniques and ultimate abilities that's new in this upcoming title. There's also a gear system that lets you equip up to 3 items to your character of choice, each of which grants a unique perk that gives them an edge in battle. It's a nifty little addition that could have a huge impact on how your favorite character's abilities play out against an opponent who might be able to predict your next moves if they are familiar enough with your playstyle. Switching up your gear could shake things up and have them on the back foot if you manage your loadout with a bit of strategy. Number 10. Individual character mastery. If you're the type to stick to your favorite characters when taking on a fighting game, Hinokami Chronicles 2 rewards your loyalty with a bunch of cosmetics to ensure you look your best when you take on formidable warriors or ominous demons. We hope to see rewards that extend beyond customization though, perhaps a couple of new skills or even techniques once our mastery with the specific characters goes high enough could really be part of the new system. Well, we'll just have to wait and see, but we're hoping. Number 11. Train with the Hashira. In what is a pretty cool way to introduce new players to all of the game's mechanics and even offer veterans a chance to brush up on their skills, CyberConnect 2 has taken the Hashira's presence in Hinokami Chronicles 2 beyond just the story and made them a part of a new tournament mode. Here, you train with individual Hashiras, going up the ladder by achieving specific objectives that are designed to familiarize you with specific mechanics and systems. It's the perfect way to blow off some steam while also improving on your skills in the process. Number 12. System requirements. If you're playing Hinokami Chronicles 2 on your PC, you might want to ensure that your system is able to run the game smoothly. CyberConnect 2 recommends a minimum configuration of an Intel Core i5-3470/AMD Ryzen 3 1200, 6GB of RAM, a 2GB GeForce GT 640 or 3GB Radeon HD 7950 graphics card, 30GB of hard drive space, and Windows 10 64-bit. However, the recommended specs do take things up a notch, requiring an Intel Core i5-4570s or a Ryzen 5 1400, 8GB of RAM, and a 2GB GeForce GTX 760 or 4GB Radeon RX 470, alongside 30GB of space and Windows 10 64-bit. While your mileage may vary based on your setup, these specs should at least give you an idea of what you need to have the game running smoothly, and perhaps let you know if you need to turn down a few settings to achieve the optimum performance. Number 13. Keep coming back for more. While the story in this game could take you anywhere between 10 to 15 hours to beat depending on your demon slaying skills, Hinokami Chronicles 2 is one of those titles that could have you playing it long after you've rolled the credits on its main campaign. The multitude of modes on offer, along with the thrill of playing it either online or locally with friends, can make this fighter a constant presence in your library of games, and one that you can keep revisiting from time to time when you feel like a bit of action-packed fun. And all of that wraps up everything that we think that you should know before you pick up your copy of Hinokami Chronicles 2. We're going to be diving back into the story for some fond memories of a great anime, and we hope to see you there. So, what are your thoughts on this? Go ahead and share them in the comments below. And if you like this video, please subscribe to the channel and enable all notifications by clicking the bell icon to get new video updates. We upload every day and would really appreciate your support. Thanks for watching.